There's a couple of ways we can do our rear diff. This is our fill plug. We can pull that off and use a fluid extractor to suck out all the fluid. So that's option number one, or we can remove our bolts and take the whole back cover off. That's what we're gonna do. Before we get started, let me show you a foolproof way to know if you have a limited slip or a standard differential. Sometimes there's a little metal tag attached to one of these bolts that could tell you if it's limited slip, but just in case you don't have a tag, let me show you the other way. We wanna have both our rear tires off the ground. You could put your floor jack under the rear differential, jack it up there, that's fine. Or if you prefer, you could jack up one side, put a jack stand on it, and then go ahead and jack up the other side. Either way, both rear tires off the ground. We want the car in neutral and we're gonna spin the tire counterclockwise. That's as if it's driving forward. With a standard differential, when we move this counterclockwise, the other tire will move clockwise in the opposite direction, as if it's going in reverse. If it's limited slip, both tires will spin the same direction. So we'll turn this. Hopefully you can see that in the camera, but as I turn this counterclockwise, the other tire is turning clockwise, so in the opposite direction. So that lets me know we have a standard differential. The only difference between standard differential and a limited slip is the fluid you put in it. Limited slip requires 75-140 synthetic, and the standard differential is 80-90. Let's lower the vehicle, start pulling off the cover. We should be able to get to all the bolts pretty easily. They're 13 millimeter. Just gonna crack them loose first. And we'll buzz them out. Then we'll put our catch pan underneath. I'm gonna take a rubber mallet, we're gonna tap on it. Didn't think that was gonna work. So, got a screwdriver. I'm just gonna put it right in between. Take my hammer, tap on it, just wedge it in there. There we go. Starts to break loose. Kind of peel away. There we go. That's it. Not too bad at all. Now we'll take a scraper. We'll just scrape off as much of this old gasket as we can. You don't have to get it 100%, but just as much as we can. Now we'll take our hand. We'll just scoop out as much of this as we can. We'll wipe off our surface. All right, let's prep our cover. So there's not much to the prep. We're just gonna start with our scraper. Get off as much as we can. I'm gonna take some brake clean, just spray it off real good inside the catch pan. I like doing this outside in a well-ventilated area. This stuff's pretty strong. All right, all nice and cleaned out. Now it's up to you if you wanna take a wire brush or a cleaning wheel with a drill and just get the rest of this off. It's not a big deal. If there's a little left behind, it won't prevent it from sealing. In my experience, the most important thing is an oil-free surface. So we're gonna take a clean rag, a little bit of brake clean, we'll spray it on the rag. We'll just wipe down our sealing surface. Just get any oil or anything off. So now the RTV, I'm using Permatex Gray. Permatex Ultra Black is also a really good product. We're gonna go in between the bolt holes, right about the middle, and then on the inside of the bolt. Now it's up to you if you wanna circle the bolt hole or just go to the inside. But either way, the inside is what's most important. Just start applying it. Yeah, I'll go around. All right, just double check, make sure you have enough coverage. I'm a little thin over here. My bead is wide, but it's not very tall. That's just the way I cut the caulk. All right, I think that's good. It doesn't have to be a lot because the machine surfaces are pretty tight and it'll squish out and fill in any imperfections and make a good seal. We'll take this under with us. Also some brake clean and a fresh rag, so we're gonna do the same thing to that surface and just make sure it's oil free. So we just have a little down below that wants to drip, so we're just gonna scoop it out. It'll give us enough time, get as much as we can. Wipe that with a rag. Maybe I'll get this with a rag too. Then we'll get our clean rag with some brake clean. We're gonna go around this whole thing. Okay, looks good. Now we'll take our cover, I'll put it on, nice and easy. Get some of our bolts started. Once you get two in, the rest kind of line up. Move our catch pan, snug all these down. Do like a crisscross pattern. According to my manual, the cover bolts are 30 foot-pounds. You can take off our fill plug and just use a little screwdriver to get underneath it. pop away. Get anything around that nice and clean. So this is my fill setup. I'm using 80/90 and a fluid pump. Put in our hose and just start pumping away. It should take about 2 1/4 quarts. We want to keep filling it up until we see it start dribbling out. So you can see we're starting to dribble out. So that's good enough. Make sure our plug is nice and clean. We'll install it. Wipe everything down. All right, we're done. Good job. Thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comment, post down below. Work safe, have fun. See you on the next one.